Hi everyone, it's Mahina at Celestial Goddess Tarot. Today we're going to take a look at which spiritual gifts did you inherit from your ancestors, and also which gifts are just a part of your soul and are just a part of you from lifetime to lifetime. And then we'll also take a look at the purpose for these gifts. So for this reading, I've chosen 6 different Harry Potter characters, and after you choose your group, you'll see which character you got. So let's start with group 1. This is malachite. Group 2, lapis lazuli. Group 3, pyrite. Group 4, fluorite. Group 5, sugilite. And the last group, group 6, tiger's eye. So take a few deep breaths, tune into your heart, feel grounded into Mother Earth, and choose the group that is calling to you. If you chose the malachite, you got Harry Potter. It was kind of fun. When I was connecting with Spirit, I had all the 6 groups, Harry Potter cards turned over, and I asked Spirit to choose which archetype, which character would represent each group one by one. And so I love how Harry Potter came first. So today we're looking at which spiritual gifts did you inherit from your ancestors and at the soul level. We have spiritual awakening and crown chakra, Bastet, compassion. With these first 3 cards, I feel that your strongest spiritual gift that you inherited is clear cognizance, or a clear knowing. When you just know without even knowing why or how you know something. I'm just given the imagery with the light shining in all 3 cards at the crown of the head, and also clairvoyance. And with Goddess Bastet here, I feel that a lot of you connect with cats and may have cats or lions as your spirit guides. And actually for the spiritual awakening card, the affirmation that is in the book for this card is, I embody my ancient wisdom and I am open to the divine spirit within. And so I feel that many of you are such old souls, and experiencing a spiritual awakening isn't a new thing, and you may have done this many times in different lives. Goddess Bastet is an ancient Egyptian goddess, and she is connected with celebrating dance, festivals, births, healing, and also beauty and pleasure. And so with her card coming out and the compassion card, I feel that there is a message to have compassion for yourself as you go through this transformation. Someone experiences a spiritual awakening or transformation. Usually a lot of difficult emotions and memories will come up, will surface in order for you to process them if you choose to, and to heal and to gain clarity after you've been able to really integrate what it's bringing up for you. And then as you do that, you're able to access even more your own inner wisdom. And so you may have certain realizations about life, about your place in the world, that are new to you, that you may not have thought of as important in the past. And with the Bastet card in compassion, I feel that your spiritual team is just reminding you to hold space and have compassion for yourself as you move through this transformation. The malachite crystal, it helps with transformation and releasing unconscious trauma or difficult experiences and emotions. The next cards you got are White Witch, Be the Light, and Rescue. With these two cards coming out, many of you probably inspire the other people in your life, just in how you manage and move through your own life with grace, with optimism, and compassion for yourself and others. I feel that many of you inspire other people to do the same for themselves and in their life. With the Rescue card being number 16 and 1 plus 6 equaling 7. 7 usually represents challenges, and so I feel that many of you have experienced pretty difficult challenges in life. And again, just by being yourself and staying true to you and moving through and facing those challenges head on in your own way while being true to yourself has really inspired the people in your life. With the White Witch card and the owl, and then you chose the Harry Potter group, that's another sign that just as Harry Potter inspired those around him to always do the right thing, you are also that light for other people in your life. You have a strong connection with spirit, and I get the message that that's something that was inherited from your ancestors, and also something that you hold within your soul that is always with you from life to life, and it's just a matter of accessing that inner wisdom and connection. The next 3 cards will show us how to use this spiritual gift and how to develop them. So we have Awakening, Energetic Upgrades, A New Way of Being, Integration, and the Hierophant, as well as the Queen of Wands. You may hear my fur baby, my dog Lele, snoring in the background, so if you hear some snoring or noises, that's her. With Awakening, it's another indicator that a lot of you are going through a transition right now. And just like in the card, your energy is being upgraded. As you do the hard work and healing what needs to be healed, looking at what is difficult from your past, whether that's childhood or recent past, you make space for your own inner wisdom and light to shine through, and your spiritual gifts of having clear visions and clear knowing, just that deep inner wisdom, letting those gifts shine through. And I feel that's reinforced with the Hierophant. So many in your life may go to you. Many in your life may go to you for advice in general, and even for yourself, for connecting with spirit. It may be really helpful for you to connect with spirit in whatever way that looks for you, whatever way that feels right for you. But connecting with spirit on a daily basis, or even with your higher self through meditation and just going within, connecting with your heart, it can help ground you during the difficult moments. And the Queen of Wands, you're being asked to really be who you are and be yourself unapologetically, no matter how it's received by others. Some of you may deliver truth bombs, and some of you may have moments of, being fiery, and embrace that. Because as long as you're always doing that with compassion, then it's a good thing. Sometimes people skim over the truth and just prefer to not talk about difficult things in order to avoid conflict, but this is how we all learn, is if we actually face the difficult things and have those difficult discussions and express how we feel, and whether or not it makes the other person uncomfortable. And as long as you continue to do that with compassion and have good intentions, then there's nothing wrong with that. So just keep doing you, and know that your gifts of visions and clear knowing and your inner wisdom is something that is always a part of your soul, and you are meant to share them in order to help others. And of course, always use your own discernment in sharing certain visions, since things are changeable. If there are situations where you feel that it would be helpful to share, then definitely do so, because that's why you have these gifts. In past lives, and your ancestors who had these gifts, many came to them for their wisdom, and so this is why you have these gifts in this life as well. Well, thank you, Group 1. I hope these messages resonated, and I'll see you at the next one. Hi, Group 2. If you chose the lapis lazuli, you got Hermione. First, we have creativity. Ivory wish fulfilling crow. Healer. And we'll leave it there for now. So let me just take a look. With creativity being the number 10 card, many of you are super creative. Like 10 is a number of mastery, completion. And so just like Hermione in the stories, she is very intelligent and is able to also be creative with coming up with spells right on the fly whenever they need it. And so you have this gift as well, a strong sacral chakra and just strong creativity. So just an FYI, my dog Lele is sleeping at my feet, so you may hear her snore. The crow card actually represents the Hindu sage Busunda, and he takes on this form and lives on top of a magical wish-fulfilling tree. And he's a highly evolved supernatural being and has outlived the ending of many ages in the world. And no matter what has gone on around him, this sacred tree that he lives on is a place of sanctuary and protection. You have that similar strength. No matter what goes on around you, you're able to see the bigger picture, and you always do your best to understand what's going on and how to adapt. And with the healer card, it says, you have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your abilities. Stay true to your path as a healer. And I feel that many of you, whether it's through your words, poetry, art, song, and even just words of compassion to friends and the people in your life, many of you help to heal others in your life. One of your spiritual gifts that you have inherited from your ancestors is the gift of sight, clairvoyance, like with the prominent eye here and one eye being prominent in each of these cards. I'm really feeling strongly that many of you have visions and are able to easily envision something that you'd like to create in the world. Next we have Protection Guardian, and also Commitment. With these cards coming out, I feel that there is an emphasis on your hands. And again, that's connected to creating something tangible. Because here with Protection Guardian, she's holding up her hand, and there seems to be a crystal at her hand, her energy. And with the Commitment card, there's also a focus with hands and light and energy and love. Many of you may also work with your hands to help others heal. So whether that's through Reiki or with massage therapy, with crystals and sound healing, because you're still using your hands to play instruments. You may play guitar. And so that is also one of your spiritual gifts, is being able to help others heal using your hands. And that could be anything from creating a beautiful piece of art for others to enjoy and to feel soothed while they look at it, or playing an instrument and creating music that helps to nourish the soul of the person listening. We'll now take a look at how you can use your gifts to develop them and help others. We have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. And we also have the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands. You have really strong spiritual protection, I feel. With the Protection Guardian card and the Page of Swords, he, to me, looks like Archangel Michael with his sword. And then with the Great Gathering, Soul Tribe, I feel that you have a very strong spiritual team of angels, animal spirits, ancestors, star family. And so whenever you, and you may already do this, but whenever you feel down, or you're feeling that you just need that extra protection, in that moment. Maybe you're in a crowd, or you're at an event or a meeting, and you're starting to feel other people's energies, and it's starting to make you feel down. Then call on them. Call on your spiritual team, your spirit guides, and ask them to protect you and put a shield around you in order to protect your energy, and so you don't take on the energies of others when you're in a crowd or in a room full of people. I'm also hearing that there is a message about taking more risks to be yourself with the other people in your life. Some of you are creatives and are still worried about whether or not other people will receive, or how they'll receive your work and what they'll say. Throw caution to the wind and just release and share your work with others. And you can do it in a way where it's anonymous, by posting on Instagram or creating YouTube videos under a different name. Like maybe find your own creative name or artistic. A lot of artists, whether singers or painters or in general, a lot of people will choose a different name in order to share their work, and it can be actually quite liberating to share your work under a different name that you feel embodies you as an artist or as a healer, as an energy worker. So whatever it is that you do that's different, maybe choose another name if that makes you feel more comfortable in sharing it with the world, and choose a name that you feel embodies your artistry and your work. And that way you don't have to worry too much about what others think. If you feel called to use your name, then you're being asked to do that as well. I feel the message is that whether you use your own name or an artistic name, the message is to just share it. Take the risk and share your work with the world. And if anyone puts it down or says something that's not nice about it, anyone in your life, just protect your energy and just shield yourself from any negative people or comments, because when it comes down to it, you know deep down that if anyone's hating, it's more a reflection of themselves and what their own inability to want to share and be authentic with the world. And so people usually put other people down when they're having difficulty loving themselves. So it's less about your work than it is about, and your creativity and your abilities. It's less about that. It's more about their own issues with themselves and them feeling that they need to put someone down in order to feel better, but that's on them. So embrace your creativity, your light, your wisdom, and share it with others. Whether you're an artist or a healer, the world needs you. The world needs more light, more beauty. I hope these messages resonated, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Group 3. If you chose the pyrite, this is your reading. You got Professor McGonagall, one of my favorite characters in Harry Potter. And so today we're going to take a look at which spiritual gifts you inherited from your ancestors, and that is just a part of your soul, and also the purpose of them. First we have rebirth. We have Lasya of Parvati. And hope. So pyrite is a stone that's very grounding, and it's a stone of protection. And with you choosing Professor McGonagall and Goddess Parvati, there's a message that you have a strong divine feminine maternal protector energy, and you are able to encourage others and uplift them and nurture them, and others feel safe around you. And then there's another side to you that is protective and will fiercely defend those who need your protection, those who are being wrongly mistreated or taken advantage of. Just as a mother fiercely protects her children. With the rebirth card, the affirmation is, I'm completely supported in my current rebirth, and I'm open to the magic of the universe birthing within me. One of your spiritual gifts that you inherited from your ancestors is this strong ability to adapt and transform yourself, and to adapt to any conditions, any situation. And like a phoenix, you're able to despite experiencing extremely difficult conditions, you're able to find your way to lift yourself up and to keep the hope alive within yourself in order to keep moving forward. I'm feeling that one of your other gifts is also strong empathy and your ability to feel the energy of the people around you and to sense when they're feeling down or good, and your clear sentient abilities. Clear sentience is when you can feel other people's emotions around you as if they're your own. And you also have the ability to actually feel the energy physically. Goddess Parvati is the universal mother in her gentle aspect. She evokes qualities of love, creativity, devotion, and connection to higher spiritual purpose. Oh, I just want to say my dog Lele is sleeping at my feet, and so you may hear her snore. The goddess Parvati is the Hindu goddess who reminds others to love themselves no matter what they've been through. Another aspect to Goddess Parvati is Goddess Kali, her fierce warrior aspect. And she transforms into Goddess Kali when she needs to protect others and fight for justice. I feel the message is that you have those aspects to you as well, where you're able to really dig in deep within yourself and find that strength to fight for others and for yourself when necessary. We also have Sky Father, and intention. And I thought it was really cool how you got Goddess Parvati, who's connected to Mother God consciousness, and then Sky Father right beside her. So I feel that many of you are quite spiritual or have a very strong connection with spirit. And again, there's that message of the importance to trust in the unknown here. The unicorn card says hope. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. And then beside that we have intention. And I feel the message here is, you know, the importance of keeping the faith and having hope, and how important it is to trust in the universe, to do what you can, but then also to have trust in spirit and to ask for help. Another message that's coming through is, well, Professor McGonagall's extremely wise, and you have the hawk spirit here and the owl, and so they may be, and even the butterfly, all these animals may be your spirit guides. And the hawk is able to fly close to the heavens and see the bigger picture. And that is one of your gifts, the ability to see beyond what's happening on the ground and to see things as they are from a higher perspective. I feel with the owl, many of you may be mediums and may sense when spirits are around. You may actually feel it in the air around you. And that would be connected to clairsentience, where you feel the energy around you. But with mediumship, some of you may actually have dreams or communicate with ancestors or people who've passed from time to time. So that would be another gift that you've inherited. Next we have Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. And we have Queen of Pentacles and Justice. With Sisterhood of the Rose, many of you have probably been priestesses or very spiritual in many of your past incarnations, and the spiritual work that you've done in those lives is strongly connected to your present life. And so many of your spiritual gifts are part of your soul as well. So aside from being inherited through your ancestral line at the physical DNA level, you also have gifts that are part of your soul that you can access and activate when you're ready. And one thing that helps with that is doing a past life reading or meditating and connecting with your higher self to get clarity on those past lives and gifts. So these last three cards are meant to show the purpose of your gifts in this life. With this card in the middle and the Queen of Pentacles, Justice, the purpose of these gifts is to help others connect with spirituality in a tangible, physical way. The Queen of Pentacles has that Empress energy, so connected to the earth. So many of you may work with essential oils or plants, plant medicine, and work with Mother Earth, work with Mother Gaia and herbs in order to help other people heal, or even just for yourself and your family. your friends. You may make your own plant medicine. Maybe some of you take oil of oregano to keep your immune system strong, to stay healthy. And with justice, I feel that one of your abilities is to be able to feel what other people feel, to really empathize as well. Many of you may stand up for others who need protection and who need help, like the underdog. So maybe many of you volunteer at a shelter or work in healthcare to help others. And one last message I'm hearing is that if ever you are in a situation where you're really not sure of what to do, connect with your heart and with spirit just by sitting quiet. Just by sitting quietly and following the breath and meditating, you can connect with spirit and ask for help with a situation, whether out loud or in your mind, in your heart. They're asking me to say to remember to ask for help when you need it, because you have many spirit guides around you all the time. And they're there to support you. Well, thank you, Group 3. Those are your messages for today. And I hope they resonated. And I'll see you next time. Hi, Group 4. If you chose the fluorite, you got Luna Lovegood. Today we'll be exploring the spiritual gifts that you inherited. And so we'll start with balance, root chakra. We have Ishtar's Lion Gate 888 and courage. When I was channeling for your group and shuffling, the cards are really jumping, so I feel that a lot of you have pretty big spiritual team, and you may have very strong visions. The cards are really flying everywhere, so you may have just really strong and fiery energy. So maybe you're a fire sign. One of your strongest spiritual gifts is clairvoyance, having visions. And also many of you in other timelines or in past incarnations have mastered the ability of thinking with your head and your heart. Just like with the balance card, and the lion here has a glowing head and heart. Many of you have mastered that ability and are either working on it now to do that again in this life, or that's the space you're operating from now. With the balance card, the affirmation is, I am balanced in all aspects of my life. And so getting this card, the message may be that you may need more balance, but just know that you have achieved this balance before in other lives. And so it can be about finding balance between the physical world and the spiritual world, and how to integrate both worlds in your life. Well, just an FYI, my dog Lele is sleeping at my feet and she snores from time to time. So if you hear snoring, it might be her. So if you're going through a time right now where things are feeling hectic, then take the time to meditate and to maybe remove yourself from a situation just to think things through and to again tap into your own inner wisdom, your connection with spirit and getting guidance from spirit, and also following your heart and what how your soul feels about the situation from a place of compassion. And fluorite actually helps with sorting through confusion and finding order through chaos. And so I thought that was a very strong synchronicity, getting fluorite and then also the balance card and courage. It is believed that Goddess Aphrodite's origins are connected to Goddess Ishtar and Goddess Inanna from Babylonian times. And she's connected to Venus, love, so the energy of love and beauty. And she's also connected to the Sirius star. And her symbols are the lion, the owl, and the lion is sacred to her. In getting this card, the message is that your heart has a strong connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. And you're blessed and empowered. And getting this card is also a positive omen. A blessing will happen in your life soon. And there's a reminder that if there is something negative in your life happening right now, it will transform into something positive. And so it's just a matter of asking and connecting with spirit for their help, because you always have free will. We have Shield Maiden and Education. With Shield Maiden and Courage, there seems to be some sort of difficult situation that some of you may be going through now. And there's just a message here from your spiritual team to remember to stay strong and that you're protected. And the Courage card says, you are safe. Fear is an illusion. Set strong boundaries. And so there's, again, a call to prioritize your well-being. Many of you may also have very strong empathic abilities and telepathic abilities with animals. Just with the unicorn here and in the education card, it looks like she's connecting with the crane or some type of bird. So I feel many of you are able to really connect with the animal kingdom. And your ancestors may have done so as well. And so that's something that was passed down. You have Soul Family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. So you have Page of Cups, Ace of Cups, and Two of Cups. These cards represent the purpose of your spiritual gifts. I'm getting the message that many of you may not have that many people that you can share your spiritual journey with. And so when you're experiencing strong visions, connecting with spirit, many of you may find it lonely because there may not be that many people in your life that you feel comfortable sharing all of these changes with. You are starting to call in your soul family, your soul tribe. And your purpose with your spiritual gifts right now is to continue to develop them. And with the education card and the Page of Cups card, I feel that there is a call for you to study different, to take courses in spirituality and to explore different things that interest you. And it's through those classes, and whether that's in person or online, through those classes you'll meet like-minded souls. You'll meet your soul tribe. And you're gonna meet soulmates where, and that could be friends or romantic, but the soul connection will be undeniable. You'll just know instantly after one discussion that you've known that person before. And you may even have your own visions of a past life that you guys have shared, since that's one of your strongest spiritual gifts. And you're really going to feel the love, the mutual love and respect with that person. Yeah, Spirit's making me feel it right now. It just, my heart feels so open and so full. And that's how you're going to feel when you meet these new people. So it could be one or two new people or more. But just continue to put yourself out there and be open to meeting people at these different spiritual classes, or even a meditation group. Well, thank you, Group 4. I hope these messages resonated, and I'll see you at the next one. Hi, Group 5. If you chose the sugilite crystal, this is your reading. And you got Professor Dumbledore. We're going to take a look at the spiritual gifts you inherited from your ancestors, and also that are just a part of your soul from life to life because of the different past lives you've had and the work that you've already done. We have psychic development, Dvara Patra, and intention. With psychic development, I feel that many of you have very strong visions, so clairvoyance, and also clear cognizance, clear knowing, just knowing things without knowing how you know them. And the message that I'm getting is every so often you go through different stages with your spiritual gifts. So right now, it seems like you're going through a new phase, and your spiritual gifts are upgrading, and other aspects to it are activating. So for example, maybe you have really vivid dreams, and and some of your dreams are prophetic, and then maybe now you're finding that your dreams come true more often, or you'll just wake up remembering your dreams more, remembering your visions more so than in the past. The sugilite crystal represents awareness. It helps with self-confidence. And so with you choosing this group and Professor Dumbledore, I'm getting the message that you have been aware of your gifts for quite a while, but this new level, this new phase in your life, you're understanding how to apply your psychic gifts even more in your life and how to create the life that you want, especially with the card intention here. It says, be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold with your requests to the universe. And so you're really understanding more and more every day of the connection between holding the intention and wanting certain things in your life, but from a place of love and not focusing on what you don't want, which is usually from a vibration or energy of fear, from a place of fear. And so I feel that many of you are feeling more confident and less afraid of what's to come in your life and whether or not you're going to get what you want in life. There's an inner knowing that you will have the life that you want, but it's also going to take work in order to remind yourself to always to hold your vision from a place of love. Next we have Direction Guardian, choose your path, and Seer, see beyond the current situation. So when I was connecting with your spiritual team and your higher selves, the cards were really flying out of my hands, and so a few extra cards came out. With these cards coming out, I feel that you really have strong psychic abilities, and with Direction Guardian, you know that you have to create your own path in life, your own destiny in a way. Like, you understand that there is an aspect to destiny, but then that's also balanced with free will and all the choices that we make. And I'm going to take that noise from the truck as a confirmation that we're on the right track. Confirmation from Spirit. You also have coming to life and flying. You've really been working on your own energy in order to raise your vibration, because you've learned through past experiences and probably in the past year that your own energy is so strong, and so it's so important for you to keep your energy at a higher vibration. So being more optimistic, more positive, because you're probably finding that you're able to manifest, to create events in your life so quickly. And again, with Professor Dumbledore, he's such a powerful wizard, and so you have that type of that level of energy in terms of your own psychic gifts and manifestation abilities. And I'm hearing that your ancestors were very powerful healers and oracles and helped the communities that they helped guide the communities that they were a part of. And so you have those abilities within you. And just FYI, my dog Lele is sleeping at my feet, so you may hear her snore. Next we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. And you got the Fool and the Page of Pentacles. So my intention with these 3 cards were to get messages of the purpose for your gifts. Many of you are very old souls, so you can see here ancient Egypt, and I think this is the Tor Tower at Glastonbury, so during the time of Avalon. Yeah, many of you are very old souls and these spiritual gifts of psychic visions and clear knowing were developed during many of these lives. And that's the energy that you're bringing forward again in this life, where you're helping to guide others. There's a message here with the Fool card, and this is the major arcana, so it's an important message. Despite the fact that it's part of your soul purpose to help guide others and to be a teacher, whether that's through living by example or actually teaching courses to others or just sharing the information, sharing spiritual knowledge or your knowledge with others. You're also meant to in this life to create the life that you want for yourself and not to focus so much on what you need to do or your life's purpose, your mission. It's also important for you to experience being carefree and to live for yourself as well. And as you can see in that card, in the Fool card, she's just about to fly off of a ledge on her broom, and she's just happy and not really worried about anything. And so it's important for you to be in that energy as well and to connect with your own joy. And one way to do that, and it may be something you already do, but is to connect with the child you. Try to remember what activities or what are things you did as a kid that really just made you so happy. And it may or may not make sense to do it now, but it's about letting go of the judgment and just doing it. So for example, it could be as simple as getting pastels or crayons and just creating art or abstract art. It could be, watching anime. I grew up with watching Sailor Moon, so that's my thing, one of my things. It could be ice skating or swimming, whatever brought you joy. And when you were a kid, do those activities again and try not to worry about whether or not you're being efficient with your time, because those moments of joy fill your heart and nurture your soul. And that's so important as well. It's beautiful to help others and to help guide them and lift them up, but you also have to be that for yourself as well in your life. And with the Page of Pentacles, there may be something that is connected to spirituality or your spiritual gifts that you want to develop and actually figure out a way of how to make it tangible in your life. So whether that's creating a YouTube channel or writing a book or starting an online shop and selling crystals, selling jewelry, whatever it is, continue exploring and taking online courses or just learning from others online. And remember to have fun with it. Whatever, if it's something that doesn't feel like work and it's actually really fun to do, then just go for it. Don't even worry too much about what it might look like later. Like, think about that later, but just get started, because the energy of just getting started is usually the hardest part. And that will help you lay the foundations for creating a life for yourself where you're being of service to others and also just enjoying life. Well, thank you, Group 5. I hope these messages resonated, and I'll see you at the next one. Hi, Group 6. If you chose the Tiger's Eye, this is your reading. And you got Ron Weasley. So today we're looking at which spiritual gifts did you inherit from your ancestors, and also that are a part of your soul. First we have relationships, sacral chakra. Sovereign Queen Maeve. And miracles. When I was connecting with your Higher Selves and Spiritual team, I heard the message strongly that you have strong clairvoyance and claircognizance abilities. So you have strong epiphanies and visions, very vivid dreams. So with claircognizance, sometimes you just know things without knowing how you know it. And that's just coming from your soul and your own inner wisdom that you're tapping into from your many incarnations. And you're also a strong leader. You're someone that people trust and look up to. And people seek your advice, especially with the relationships card and the Queen Maeve card. People seek your opinion, your perspective on things, because they know that you think things through and you always do your best to see different sides of a situation. We have Water Guardian and Peaks of Joy. I feel that one of your other spiritual gifts is that you're an empath. You feel what other people feel around you, and there may have been times when you have found it difficult to know which emotions were yours. But as time went by and as you've been putting in work on yourself to discern what you're feeling versus what other people are feeling around you and the energies, you have a better hold on this ability of being an empath. And I feel a lot of you are also water signs or have strong water placements in your birth chart. With the Water Guardian card and the Miracles card, having water around probably enhances your abilities. And so whether you're taking a shower or having a bath, you may have visions when you do that. It helps you connect with spirit. And even when you're washing the dishes, whenever you're touching water, it enhances your connection to spirit. And you have a lot of 3s here. The 12, 1 plus 2 is 3. And then the Peaks of Joy, 33. And that's a message that you have a pretty big spiritual team, and the Ascended Masters, your spirit guides, are always there and ready to help you. And this is probably also a message that they're just wanting you to connect with them more, to ask for guidance or help with a situation, especially if you're going through a difficult time. Because they're there for you, but they can only help if you ask for it. With these next cards, the intention is to get clarity on the purpose of these gifts. You have the Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Ace of Swords, Death, and the Tower. So with these major arcanas coming out, the message is that these spiritual gifts of having visions and the inner wisdom and the knowing, the message is that in this life you're definitely meant to use them to help others and also uplift yourself. And you've mastered these spiritual gifts in many lifetimes. With this card coming out, you're definitely an old soul, and you may have dreams of your lifetimes, not only on Earth, but off Earth. So other galactic lives in different star systems. So there's a message here that many of you may be going through a transformation right now in your relationships. Just with the relationship card and the Ace of Swords, so that's protection from Archangel Michael and standing up for truth. With the Death card, the end of a cycle, beginning of a new chapter. And even with the Tiger's Eye represents patience, focus, and courage. And so there's a call here for you to stay true to yourself. And if that means distancing yourself from certain people in your life where you feel there isn't mutual love and respect, or you may feel if they focus more so on the negative in life and maybe saying certain judgmental comments, if it doesn't feel right to contact them as much as you used to, that's not a bad thing. The message here is to respect where you're at and also respect where they're at, but that doesn't mean forcing yourself to continue the status quo just because that's what you've done in the past. You can still send someone light and love, but from a distance. Take the time to take stock on the relationships in your life, friends, family, romantic, and tune into your heart, tune into your soul and your own energy, because with these cards, I feel that, and being an empath, you're probably very sensitive to energies in general, which is actually another spiritual gift, clairsentience. And you can also feel the energy physically at times. So do what you need to do, make the changes that you need to make in your life in order to protect and conserve your own energies. And it doesn't have to be a long-term thing. It can be short-term, but the message here is that you may need to do this for your own well-being if you're going through a tower moment right now or some sort of transition. When you're experiencing visions and wanting to share your spiritual knowledge with others, remember that this is not your first lifetime. Using these spiritual gifts for the highest good of all. You've done this many times before, and so have your ancestors. And so just tap into that and practice trusting your own intuition, your own gifts. Actually, I just had a conversation with a friend about crystals breaking. she told me about a situation where a crystal broke before having a certain experience, and it was almost, and then I shared that it's usually a message of warning, because that has also happened to me in my life. And so in terms of trusting your psychic abilities, do your best to learn from the signs that you're getting and the messages that you're getting. And even if you don't listen to it at first, just with every experience, if something happens and then you had a vision of it happening, or you had a feeling it was going to happen, but you didn't listen and you didn't make the change, don't be too hard on yourself. Just learn from that experience and use that experience to strengthen your connection with spirit and strengthen your trust and confidence in your own intuitive abilities to navigate life. Well, those are your messages. Group 6. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you, and I hope the messages resonated. I'm sending you all light and love, and I'll see you at the next one.